The history of the Rinnegan from Naruto. The Rinnegan is reputed as the most exalted eye amongst the three Great Dōjutsu, the others being the Sharingan and the Byakugan. It is said that in times of disorder, one who wields the Rinnegan is sent down from the heavens to become either a god of creation who will calm the world, or a god of destruction who will reduce everything to nothingness. The Rinnegan is characterized by concentric circles covering the eyeball. Welcome to the Amagi. In today's video, we're going over the history of the Rinnegan. Before we begin, we publish a new video every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos. The Amagi's reach stretches beyond just this channel, so if you're a fan of us, please consider subscribing to our other channels and following us on all our social media. Help us reach our goal of passing 100,000 followers on all of our accounts by the end of the year. And with that out of the way, let's get into the video. Acquisition. The first person on Earth to wield the Rinnegan was Hagoromo Otsutsuki, whose mother possessed the Rinne Sharingan. In the anime, he obtained his Rinnegan at the same time as his Mangekyo Sharingan, which awakened as a result of mortally wounding his brother. Using the power of the Rinnegan, Hagoromo saved the world from the Ten Tails and created Ninshu, the precursor to modern ninjutsu. For his contributions to the world, Hagoromo became revered as the Sage of Six Paths, and both he and his eyes rose to mythological status following his death. Even when the Rinnegan was later proven to exist, some dismissed it as a random mutation. It is possible to awaken a new Rinnegan by obtaining Hagoromo's chakra, either by combining the chakra of his sons, Indra and Asura, to recreate his own, or by directly receiving it from Hagoromo himself. Black Zetsu spent centuries attempting to manipulate the reincarnations of Indra and Asura into awakening the Rinnegan, but it was not until the time of Madara Uchiha, Indra's reincarnate, that this was successful. Madara implanted the flesh of Hashirama Senju, Asura's reincarnate, into his own body, causing a part of Asura's chakra to combine with Indra's. However, Madara's eyes did not become Rinnegan until decades later when his natural lifespan was nearing its end. This also restored his right eye's vision, which had been lost from his earlier use of Izanagi. Orochimaru and Kabuto Yakushi later hypothesized that the Sharingan can be evolved into the Rinnegan by combining Uchiha and Senju DNA.
The natural progression following the Sharingan is the Rinnegan. I'm just testing out a hypothesis suggested by many years of experiments that Lord Orochimaru and I conducted. And now, you are proving that hypothesis to be true after all.
To that end, Kabuto successfully recreated the Rinnegan by infusing Hashirama's cells into Madara's reincarnated body, though these fake eyes did not have full access to the original's abilities. After receiving half of Hagoromo's chakra from his spirit, Sasuke awakened a Rinnegan in his left eye, which contains 3 tomoe on its 2 innermost circles for a total of 6. In addition to the Rinnegan's power, this eye retains the abilities of Sasuke's left Mangekyo Sharingan, including the ability to cast ocular genjutsu and use Amaterasu. If Sasuke overuses the power of his Rinnegan, his ocular power will temporarily diminish, causing the tomoe in his Rinnegan to vanish until his full power returns. During this time, he is also seemingly unable to activate his right eye's Mangekyo Sharingan or use Susanoo. Momoshiki Otsutsuki has a pair of Rinnegan embedded into the palms of his hands. They are initially red, but after he consumes his guardian, Kinshiki, they become purple, in Boruto, Naruto the movie, or yellow, in Boruto, Naruto Next Generations. This also grants him a third Rinnegan on his forehead, which matches the other 2 in color. In the anime, Momoshiki's yellow Rinnegan temporarily turn red when he uses their power. Urashiki Otsutsuki manifests his Rinnegan in the same pair of eyes as his Byakugan, and can switch between the 2 dojutsu at will. Urashiki's Rinnegan are able to take on several forms to access different abilities. At times, they are red and contain 6 tomoe, while at other times they are blue with a white ripple pattern while using certain techniques. After consuming all the chakra he had stolen from others, Urashiki removed and devoured both of his Rinnegan, causing him to undergo a transformation. In this form, his eyes were restored, an additional Rinnegan appeared in his forehead, and all of his dojutsu turned yellow, much like Momoshiki before him. As with any dojutsu, the Rinnegan can be transplanted into others. Prior to his death, Madara implanted both of his eyes into the young Nagato without the boy's knowledge, and he was able to make effective use of them throughout his life due to his Senju lineage. After Nagato's death, the Rinnegan were taken by Obito Uchiha, who implanted the left eye into himself and hid the other, knowing he could not handle the power of both eyes at once. Madara later reclaimed both of his Rinnegan after he was revived, and they were last seen deactivated upon his death. He was also able to revert his Rinnegan into his Mangekyo Sharingan. Abilities. Rinnegan contain extraordinarily powerful chakra and boast enormous ocular power, such that an unworthy wielder risks losing themselves upon implanting one. Their full power can only be brought out by their original owner, particularly while wielding both eyes. but possession of even a single transplanted Rinnegan can still grant overwhelming power. The Rinnegan is able to see chakra and its flow within the body, as well as otherwise invisible barriers, but cannot see through obstructions such as smoke bombs. Possession of the Rinnegan allows one to easily master any jutsu as well as all 5 basic nature transformations. The Rinnegan is the only dojutsu able to fully decipher the Sage of 6 Paths stone tablet. One who wields the Rinnegan can utilize 6 abilities collectively known as the 6 Paths technique, controlling attractive and repulsive forces with the Diva path, mechanically altering one's body with the Asura path, extracting souls through the human path, summoning various creatures through the animal path, absorbing chakra through the Preta path, and access to the King of Hell through the Naraka path. A 7th ability, called the Outer Path, is said to allow the user to preside over life and death, granting them the ability to revive the dead. The Outer Path also allows the user to transmit their chakra into black receivers, manifest chakra chains to bind the tailed beasts, and create the 6 Paths of Pain, 6 bodies controlled through the use of black receivers, which can each utilize one aspect of the 6 Paths technique. The Rinnegan grants the user a shared field of vision with their 6 Paths of Pain, the creatures summoned through the Animal Path, and the King of Hell, all which possess copies of their Rinnegan in their own eyes. The Rinnegan is the only means of breaking the seal placed on the demonic statue of the Outer Path and summoning it, though it cannot be summoned using a fake reincarnated Rinnegan. The Dojutsu is also used to seal the 10 tails inside one's body and become its Jinchuriki. When one who wields the power of Rinne approaches the moon, they can awaken the Rinne Sharingan and cast the infinite Tsukiyomi. In turn, another Rinnegan wielder is able to repel the infinite Tsukiyomi's light, and this protection can be extended to others by using the Rinnegan in conjunction with Susanoo. In order to end the technique entirely, a Rinnegan wielder must form the rat hand seal together with somebody who possesses the chakra of all 9-tailed beasts. Certain Rinnegan abilities have only been demonstrated by single users. Madara can create corporeal shadows in the world of Limbo, which is only visible to the Rinnegan. Sasuke's Rinnegan allows him to shift spaces within a certain range of himself, as well as create portals to other dimensions. Momoshiki is able to absorb any ninjutsu with his right Rinnegan and subsequently release it in an amplified form from his left, as well as transform chakra and living individuals into edibles. When his Rinnegan glow blue, Urashiki can displace himself and transport himself into the past to redo events. Sasuke's Rinnegan has several sciences to it. One of them is pattern recognition. It helps him analyze patterns inside codes, and by comparing them to similar patterns, decipher what is written. When put into use, he can take large amounts of information from a small amount of text. Did you enjoy our video? Be sure to check out these other great videos from the Amagi, and make sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.